So bartender branding, bartenders creating content, bartenders marketing is just a new era that we're in, 2024. I remember back in 2012, you just had to hope your regulars would pull up at the same exact time for you to have a busy night. Now, the internet now, we can kind of create content and get people in the building all underneath one flag and create business for ourselves. I have here with me Matt. He's been my A1 in SpeedRailz, the media marketing campaign from season 3, Dallas in July, Austin in August, and now we're getting ready for the Last Man Standing tournament here, and we're going to be doing that across 3 different cities. I know you've had a chance as a non-industry person to work with the bartenders, helping them create their brands. What are some of the observations you've made so far?
I mean, for me as a consumer, not being in the industry, I used to be a server way back in the day, but it's completely different than the bartender industry. Completely different.
I appreciate you recognizing that.
The bartender industry, like server and bartender, 2 different games, but like for me, I love this transition that we're seeing with bartenders, that they're kind of creating their own personal brand. And they're treating it like, in my opinion, treating it like a business, because that's their career, that's their livelihood. You're not going to always work at the same bar. You're not going to always be at the same location. You might be guest bartending somewhere else. And also it helps, for me, to get to know who you are and to kind of feel more connected to you as a bartender. I hate seeing the bartenders that just post stories of the slides that their bar provides, where it's, oh, we're having this event tonight with that. Cool, great, I'm glad to know what event you're having, but that doesn't connect me with you. And it's the bartenders that are actually getting out there, building the brand, and actually allowing for that relationship to develop over social media, where I'm more invested into going and visiting their bars. I'm more invested into giving them my money, really, when it comes down to it.
What it comes down to
is giving them my money, because I feel connected to them, and I want to,
You want them to chase after their dreams, accomplish their goals, which includes paying rent or taking care of your kids, or it might be going on vacation. And I think as bartenders, there's so many layers to your personality, and social media allows you to go after all of those layers at one time, because sometimes you might meet somebody, have a great 45-minute experience, but then can you really communicate who you are for them to really bond to you? And of course, they have a life. They can't come see you, once a week, maybe even for a month, but now they see you once every 2 months, and now you got 200, 300 people seeing you once every 2 months, and now you have a community underneath you. So I think
that's really what it's about, right there, building a community. And that's really what it allows. That personal branding is building the community for the bartender, which bartenders usually didn't do, except for right here, between,
And we're tied to the real estate. You guys are coming to the bar, and I just happen to be the bartender bartending here. Versus now, we've been seeing with a guest chef, you can take a bartender and put them in a different bar, and people will go see that person, even if it's more inconvenient than what the original bar was.
And let's be honest, how many consumers are actually coming to the bar 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week? Very few.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm definitely not going to the same bar. 3, 4,
We're
5 times a
We're
week.
different. Right. We literally have to do this. We literally have to do this. Not because we want to. But sometimes. You've had a chance with these campaigns. We're having these bartenders come into SpeedRailz. They have literally no content on their profile that shows that they're bartending. They got pictures of their cat, dog, random vacations. And it's like, yo, you've been bartending for 3 years. Why don't you talk about you being a bartender on your profile, on your feed? And then on top of that, it's like you want to be booked for private events, and you want all these additional opportunities, maybe even be a consultant, or maybe even a better job opportunity. They can't even find you because you're not poachable, because you're not even putting yourself out there, what you've accomplished, what you've done. So I think being able to go ahead, talk about what you've done, what you've been able to do with the interviews, we're forcing us to explain what they've done, to put it out there. And then from there, I think it helps them start looking at the space differently. You know what, I have done a lot. It's good for people to know this. And then, of course, the pictures.
Well, it's like Nick up in the Colony, with what he's done with Shakertons and the pop-ups that he's done there, learning that story behind how he has created that opportunity for himself, where he's more than just a bartender. It raises other opportunities in business, but also kind of gives me something to invest into. Hey man, he's creating something for himself. This is not just Shakertons is doing this is their idea. No, this is his baby that he's creating. Dude, I want to go support his idea to show his bosses that, dude, he's doing a good job. Because we all want to give our people props, right?
Yeah, and then Nick is able to do that because he's also providing value to people to come there. He's not just yo, come get drunk here. He's he's providing small business people with merchandise, or people just starting their businesses, a place to sell their stuff. And so the fact that they are able to monetize and meet people who later could buy their stuff makes them all in on making sure they help them promote that night. Because one bartender alone is not going to help pump out a $5,000 to $6,000 night on a consistent basis.
No, not at all. No, it's going to take a team.
It's going to take a team, and how do you configure that team is a creative process. Could be merch buyers, it could be me. I have an all-female entrepreneurship group that I work with.
Yeah.
I mean, even SpeedRailz is a way for us to help bring awareness to a venue. But more than importantly, it's also has been a brand development platform, because at the end of the day, you won't listen to us. You won't create the social media. You won't create all of it. So SpeedRailz has been doing that for them, and they've been able to reap the benefits of the content and opportunity that SpeedRailz has created just alone. Now that we go into this next phase where a lot of these bartenders already have that base layer of content already on their profiles, which you go to some of their profiles, all of it is basically stuff that they've had to do from SpeedRailz. It's like now we can start going deeper into what they have going on. And like we're doing here at Hyde right now, it's like, Gabe, you know what? You love creating all these cocktails you talk about. You have the Halloween pop-up. Let's get some details on it. Let's see your commissary.
Yeah. Let's see what it's like. It's just like the pop-up that was at Arrow, you know? But then also I was just thinking about Cash, how it's opened up opportunities for him where he's gotten in with legends within the bartending industry that has opened up learning experiences, not just job opportunities, but working with people that are at the highest level within the industry that now he's getting to associate with. And it's not because they came to his bar. They weren't a consumer of his. They never met him. It was all the social media presence that he developed because he actually took to heart about the personal branding, you know? And I think
he took it way hard. He's killing it.
He moved from Lubbock to Dallas to Austin.
Within 5 months.
Yeah, and he's killing it right now.
He got a trip out to Portland to hang out with one of these guys. Like, he is killing it right now.
Especially for the craft cocktail people. Like the people in the speed bars, maybe not so much as relevant, still somewhat relevant, but especially your craft cocktail bartenders, the ones who are really taking this craft seriously.
And because there's really, across the bar, as much money in craft bartending as in party bartending. These party bartenders can be pumping out $800 a night, $90 an hour, while craft is like, you know, they could be between 30 and 50. But the craft, making sure you document your process, making sure you go out there, create those connections, allows for the additional opportunities that can get you from behind the bar and focusing on the things you like to do versus making sure the wells are clean, making sure the bottles are restocked, like, you know, the administrative sides of the business we don't talk about.
Right.
But I wanted to bring Matt on here. He's been helping me a lot on the media. I've learned so much about how to capture a lot of this content, and I think us passing this information along to whether it be people outside of the SpeedRailz community or within the SpeedRailz community, because I'm on you guys. Start doing events, start creating content. Just want to make sure you guys start understanding that this is a real thing. It's happening. People who are doing it are gonna surpass you, 100%.
Oh, easy.